with Oakland Latinos United. Welcome to Live with Jay, number 35, episode 35. On here with you guys with some new topics. We're going to talk about the Oakland Athletics today and a few other things that are going on around the world. And hopefully, more people join and we'll talk about different issues of the day. See what's up with everybody. What's good? Where's all my people at? You feel me? Hopefully, you'll be joining us soon. Press that like button if you're on here. You feel me? So what's up with everybody? Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. This is Jose with Oakland Latinos United. Press that like button if you're joining in. We're going to be talking Oakland Athletics. Are they going to leave? Are they going to stay? What's your take on it? You feel me? That'll be one of the many topics we'll talk about today. You know what I mean? It's been a big thing on the news lately. What's going on, Alex Martin? You know, the big thing of the day right now is, are the Oakland Athletics gonna be leaving Oakland, or are they gonna be staying? Are they gonna build a stadium for them over there by Jack London Square? What's going on? So let's talk about that a little bit. I want to really talk about that issue because I haven't brought it up at all. So it would be nice to talk about it and see, get your guys' take on it. You feel me? I'll start the conversation once we get a little bit more people. Like I said, if you're joining us, press that like button. You feel me? How was your weekend? How's everybody doing? Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. My weekend was awesome. I had hella fun this weekend. Made hella money this weekend, so I'm happy. Whenever I make money, I'm happy. You feel me? So what's going on with everybody out there? You feel me? Hopefully you're coming in from somebody else's live and you're joining me. Yeah, the A's will take an L if they leave Oakland. Yeah, I mean that would suck if they leave to Las Vegas, and that's what I want to tell you about. That's what I want to talk about. You know what I mean? So, the Oakland Athletics have been in this thing with the Oakland City Council about building a stadium at over there by Jack London Square. It's called Howard Terminal. It's right next to Jack London Square. It's actually, if you ever go to Jack London Square, if you go to the end part of Jack London Square, kind of by where Bevmo is and the ferry terminal, it's basically that part of the Port of Oakland you see right next to it. That's Howard Terminal, and that's where they want to build the new stadium, supposedly. And, there's been a lot of back and forth with the city council and the A's. And, let's face it, the city council of Oakland is totally useless. You know what I mean? Let's just face it. They're just a joke. You know. And, Mayor Libby Schaaf is no exception. She's just horrible. What's up, guys? Cepeda? And, you know what I mean? Press that like button if you're joining. So, these politicians have already let two teams leave Oakland. You know, the Raiders, obviously, and the Warriors. You know? Exactly. Yeah, Libby is a clown. They all are. You know what I mean? But, you know, um, basically the A's are the last team in Oakland. You know what I mean? The last stronghold. And basically, there's been this back and forth, or if they're gonna build a stadium at Howard Terminal or not. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the old school Bash Brothers, Jose Canseco and Mark McGwire. That's my era. The A's of the '89 World Series. But yeah, so I just want to talk about that because there's been back and forth for a few years now about building them a new stadium. And it's been going on, man, they've been talking about this since, I would say, maybe 2000, easily. They've been talking about, first they wanted to build a stadium out in Fremont, then possibly San Jose, and then that never happened. Then they started talking about building one in, I don't know if you guys are remembering this. They talked about building one in downtown Oakland, where Uptown Oakland is now, right next to the Fox Theater. You know what I mean? The Fox Oakland. Right, there used to be a big lot right there. It's still there. They were supposedly going to build a stadium there at one point. I don't know if you guys remember that. There was talks about building a stadium with the A's there. And for whatever reason, it didn't happen. I don't know if it was because at the time, Jerry Brown, who was mayor of Oakland, hated on it. You know what I mean? So that never came to fruition. So then they changed it to this Howard Terminal by the Port of Oakland, by Jack London Square. And there's been this back and forth about the A's getting a stadium there. And basically, we don't know what's going to happen. Now, there was back and forth about it, and I guess there was a vote last week. And the city of Oakland actually did vote to to build the stadium with certain provisions for the A's to go through. What those provisions are were like, what's up, bruh? How you doing, man? That's siete. But basically there was some provisions that they told the A's that they have to build, that they have to do if they want to approve the stadium. But the stadium's approved. You feel me? And I guess it was uh, something about funding low income housing, and also something about maybe money for, like, I don't know if it was for taxes or for some kind of transportation thing. And the A's are kind of like I don't know, they're kind of leery about it. So we don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. Are the A's gonna stay? Are they gonna go? I mean, they have approved the stadium, so they do have the green light to build the stadium as long as they agree to what the city council wants. So I don't know. One can say it's in the A's ball court. And what do you guys think, man? Leave me a comment and tell me what you think. Those of you who are listening, you know what I mean. It has been approved. And I would hate to see the A's go. I mean, I'm a diehard A's fan. I've been an A's fan since I was a little kid. You feel me? And as far back as I can remember, the A's have always been in Oakland. And I certainly ain't no Giants fan. You feel me? What's up, El Quintanilla? But yeah, I'm not a Giants fan. No, I'm not hating on you Giants fans. But I'm a A's fan. I'm from the town. You feel me? It's town business. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to talk about for the first few 20 minutes of the thing. They're trying to out hustle each other, city and team. If the A's left, it would be horrible. You're a Giants fan, orale. But yeah, man, I ain't got hatred towards the Giants. You know what I mean? When they went to the World Series back in the days, I rooted for them. But yeah, man, that would fucking suck if they left. You know what I mean? Like I said, that's the last thing in Oakland left, man, as a base sports team. You know, the Raiders are in fucking Las Vegas. I mean, the Warriors are in Frisco, and they're not that far off, but still. I've been a Warriors fan forever. You know what I mean? Are there any Kings fan out there? I'm just curious if there's any Sacramento Kings fan. I don't meet very many Kings fan in the Bay Area. Only in Sac I meet some. The Warriors still rep Oakland heavy. Yeah, man, the Warriors are always going to be from Oakland, bro. I don't think Frisco really appreciates them the way the town did, bro. What's up, East Oakland Dirty 30s in the house? But yeah, I was just in the 30s right now. I'm just coming from there. I was over there at the Fruitvale Market. But yeah, man, we were playing music over there. But yeah, it would suck to see the team leave, you know. But they have been approved to build in the stadium. So now it's just politics, money, and egos, basically, which is what keeping it back. I heard that the owner of the A's is a pretty stingy guy. They need to put a piece of paper with Libby Shaft's name on it. Yeah, Libby Shaft, I'm not no fan of her, that's for sure. And you know, the most of the city council voted in favor of the stadium. The only two they abstained was Noel Gallo, who's basically the city councilman for the Fruitvale area, the Chicano guy. Yeah, this one lady from West Oakland, she basically abstained. Noel Gallo's a cloud chaser. Yeah, I met Noel Gallo a few times. I met the old guy too, De La Fuente back in the days. I met those guys. Yeah, Libby Shaft does got booty. I met her before, and I can attain to that. But yeah, man, yeah, bro, it's just a crazy situation because it sucks that the Warriors left, the Raiders left. You know what I mean? So what's gonna happen with the A's? Like I said, there was talks about building a stadium in downtown Oakland. Like I said, on Telegraph over there by the Fox Oakland. That was back in the 2000s. They had talked about building a stadium right next to the Fox Oakland. You know what I mean? And that never came to fruition. I heard that at the time, it's the Jerry Brown, who was the mayor of Oakland at that time, hated on it. He wanted to develop. He basically was in the money of the condo builders. You know what I mean? I heard that MLS coming to Oakland and Sacramento bring the Oaks back. You're talking about the Oakland Oaks, the ones from the 1940s? Oh, Major League Soccer. That'd be dope if a soccer team came to Oakland. The Oaks. I heard of the Oaks. That's an old Pacific Coast League, if that's the one you're talking about. The old baseball team. that supposedly used to play out in Emeryville back in the days. But the Oakland Oaks. I actually was trying to buy a hat of the Oakland Oaks. I used to have a T-shirt of that team back in the days. But yeah, man. I mean, like I said, I've been an A's fan. Yeah, the ABA baseball. Yeah. Oh yeah, there was a basketball team called the Oaks too. I think you're right. I've heard about that team. It only lasted very, very shortly. But yeah, man. Like I said, I've been an A's fan since I was a kid. I used to go to A's games back in the '80s, man. Says condos now in downtown. Most town folks can't even afford to live in one. Yeah, that's true. Well, that was one of the things about the new stadium project. They wanted to build like affordable housing as well. You know what I mean? And that's what the A's are fucking acting like weirdos about. And I don't disagree with building affordable housing for people because it is hard out there, man. It's hard. They build condos. They sell their souls to these developers and condos. So yeah, it's crazy. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just don't want to see. I guess for nostalgic reasons, for me being from Oakland and always being an A's fan. You know what I mean? Since day one. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's hella. Someone said, "Oh, Oakland Oaks, that's hella old." Yeah, that's before my time. Is Jerry Brown still staying downtown? I have no idea if he still stays in Oakland. He used to stay right there on Telegraph by 27th and Telegraph by where the old Sears building is. If you're old enough to remember when Sears used to be on 27th and 27th Street and Telegraph back in the days. But yeah, man. But yeah, I just hope they don't leave. I hope something is worked out with the city to keep them. That would suck ass to see the Las Vegas A's. You know what I mean? I don't know. That just doesn't sound right. Even Las Vegas Raiders sounds horrible. You know what I mean? What is in Las Vegas? It's just a desert with casinos. You feel me? But yeah, man. The Oakland Oaks. I know about that. I'm a historian, bro. So I know. Do you remember when Jerry Brown attacked? When Jerry Brown attacked what? I remember Jerry Brown attacked Oakland with gentrification when he was mayor. But yeah, man, that was like back in the days. Attacked some chick. No, I don't remember that. When did that happen? What year was that? Las Vegas Raiders don't hit the same as Oakland Raiders. I know. Las Vegas is like, what the fuck is in Las Vegas? A desert. You know what I mean? No, no disrespect to anyone from Vegas, but damn, man, the middle of nowhere. Broke her phone at a bar. I don't remember. All that rooted in Oakland talk can't walk. Back it up. I know, man. I hope. Like I said. Like I said, they already got the approval to build the stadium. You know what I mean? So they do have the approval to build the stadium. You know what I mean? They then covered up. You remember in early 2000, the casino in Oakland was approved for some reason. It never happened back when. No, I don't remember the casino. That was. Nah, I don't remember that, bro. I remember when they were supposedly going to build a stadium in downtown Oakland, though. I don't know if you guys remember that, but there was talk of a stadium in that empty lot that's right between the Fox Oakland, right next to it by where the Sears used to be. Across the street, there's a lot. The lot is still actually there. They built like condos around it, but that lot is still empty. Originally, they were gonna build a stadium there. Somebody else remembers the casino. I don't remember the casino. I remember some years they talked about moving the A's of Fremont. Yeah, I remember that too. That was in the 2000s as well. So there was talks about moving them either to downtown Oakland or to Fremont. And hell, I wouldn't even get mad if they moved to Fremont now. At least it'd be in the Bay Area. The city of Alameda was hating on the. I know there was talks about building a casino in Point Mulate in Richmond some years back, and that got hated on too. But yeah, I don't remember the casinos. I mean, they got the Oaks Card Casino in Emeryville. They that's a casino that's active over there in the Oakland area. You know what I mean? But yeah, so many things that didn't come to fruition. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I just hope the A's stay. You know what I mean? That's just my take on it. You know, they got the green light to get the stadium. Hopefully, the city council and the A's could work something out. You know, I don't want to hear about no fucking Las Vegas Athletics, man. That sounds fucking stupid as fuck. Maybe because I'm from Oakland, it sounds stupid as fuck to me. You feel me? Martin 9400, what's up, blood? Welcome to my live talk. But yeah, man, it's the city council of Oakland. It's been a bad city council. You know what I mean? It's funny when the Giants were going to move to St. Petersburg, Florida. They took Silicon Valley tour from the A's. And you guys are joining me. Press that like button. I don't know why YouTube keeps hating on my live feed, but yeah, I remember when the Giants were gonna move to St. Petersburg to Florida. That was like in the mid '90s, right? If I remember right. I remember that, and that is true. Like San Jose, I think is Giants territory, and I believe maybe that's one of the reasons they didn't move the A's to Fremont. I think, if I remember right, I could be wrong, but yeah, man, it's just as all the sponsor makes a big part of the A's being broke. Yeah, I feel it. It just sucks, man. The thing that gets me tired, I'm just tired of Oakland always being a punching bag. You know what I mean? Oakland's a cool town. It's a beautiful city. But unfortunately, it just gets a bad rap because of the crime, because of horrible politicians, because of a lot of things, you know what I mean, that go on in the town. And it's just, I think Oakland deserves its justice. It deserves better, you feel me? But what can you say, man? It is what it is. It's just, I get tired of like always hearing negativity about Oakland. Hey, put it like this: growing up in Oakland when I was a kid and a teenager, and when I was young, what's up, Mike Wallace? When I was young, it was hard. You feel me? It was hard in the town. There was always negativity. There was always drugs. There was always gangs and all the other nonsense that was out there. But it was always good too, bro. You know what I mean? We're a punching bag that punches back. We can, but we get punched a lot, man. By society, by politicians, by criminals, by everything. You know what I mean? And it's like, I understand, man. A lot of people grew up in poverty. A lot of people grew up in bad situations. We don't have even mall. That's true. I mean, when I'm sure Martin 9400 is about my age, so he probably remembers when we had the Eastmont Mall when it was actually a mall. We don't have anything now. Look at the only thing we had left was what? Durant Square, and even that's not even hardly anything. Oakland tough blue collar time. It's now insane on them streets. Yeah, it's been rough out there, man. There's been a lot of crime out there. You know, I don't even be going to the deep that much, man, because it's just been off the hook out there. I just stay around my little area around Fruitvale. When I go out there, it be off the hook over there, bro. I've been seeing some crazy things. Oh yeah, the Walmart, yeah. Why did they close that Walmart? I just remember one day it was gone. It's crazy because I was with my homegirl at that Walmart 1 week before it closed. I was born in Highland 67, raised in Hayward. I love both places, got good restaurants and cool places to go. Yeah, man. But Oakland is a beautiful city, and I tell people that all the time. People that badmouth and trash Oakland, I tell them, bro, Oakland's a beautiful city. Oakland got Jack London Square. It got the Oakland Hills. It got Lake Merritt. It got a beautiful downtown. It got beautiful views that you don't see anywhere else in Califas, man. You feel me? It really is nice. I always got to tell people that. What do I think about the Walgreens on 81st? I think it sucks, you know what I mean? If it shuts down, you know, too much shoplifting will shut anything down. Happened in Montgomery Wards, Everett and Jones, Broadway Bowl. No, I think I remember Broadway Bowl. You think they'd close the Walmart on Davis and keep Oakland one open instead of San Leandro has two Walmarts? Yeah, that was weird. Like I said, I was at that Walmart 1 week before it closed, and it seemed normal to me. There were no signs that said it was going to close, nothing. And then literally a week later, it was gone. And I was like, what the hell? I'm surprised they haven't put nothing in that Walmart like a Target or something. You feel me? But there was never no explanation of why they shut it down. Have some of the best weather in the West Coast. Yeah, Oakland does have good weather. You feel me? You got to be from Oakland to understand Oakland. I think the problem with a lot of people, hell yeah, I remember Taqueria Morelia, the talk of the town, hell yeah. I think a lot of people get Oakland misconstrued or they get Oakland twisted because they don't know about the town. You feel me? And Oakland can be a complicated place, but it could also be a beautiful place. It could also be a cool place. You feel me? It's whatever you make of it. You know what I mean? Like me, I grew up in a ghetto ass hood. You feel me? It may not have been the deep east, but I grew up in a pretty rough area, and I still chose not to go down the dark path. You know what I mean? Like other cities, violence is decreasing. Oakland stayed the same. I mean, Oakland has had its drops. You know what I mean? I remember like the late '90s, it dropped a little bit. Uh, it picked up again in the 2000s, and I would say maybe between like 2000, maybe 12 to about 19, it dropped a little bit. But lately, it's been going up again. To me, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys out there that are older remember in the '90s, early '90s, when Oakland was just crazy, when it was like most violent era ever, like '92, '93, '91, '89. Those times were violent as hell, Mo. Really bad at those times. You feel me? A lot of people I knew got killed at that time or got hurt. You know, it was a rough time. A lot of people that my brother knew and I knew went to jail around that time. It was a rough time, like early '90s, and then I would say the 2000s, like between like 2003 to about 2000, maybe 8 or 9. It was pretty rough too, man. A lot of violence, a lot of crime. You know what I mean? The only thing that we didn't have back in those days, the war with Funktown, the 6 9 Mob. Yeah, that was back in the days. That was back in the '80s, I think. But San Jose's been having a lot of shootings lately. Yeah, fun fact, I made my first friend in Oakland. I was a kid in the '90s. It was I was a teenager in the '90s. We left Oakland. I left Oakland in the '90s because of the violence. I've told the story before. I left to Sacramento in '92 and stayed out there for like 3 years and then came back to Oakland. But yeah, it was really bad in the early '90s. A lot of people I knew were going through it, man. I remember '90 and '91 too. It was pretty bad. In '92, I wasn't really in Oakland that much because I had left, but I remember it was just really bad in '92 and '93. You feel me? Like whenever we would come back to visit Oakland, we would we would hear about people getting killed or gangs, and you started hearing about Border Brothers and about Norteños, and it was off the hook, man. It was really wild. They wasn't playing on the streets. I went to Sacramento, and Sacramento at that time wasn't the way it is now. Cause Sacramento now is hella crazy out there now. There's hella shootings out there too. But Sacramento back then, there was only pockets that were really ghetto. The rest of it was actually pretty chill. But like when I go to Sacramento to visit family now, some of the areas that used to be nice when I used to live there are hood now. You feel me? But yeah, it was a trip. It was a culture shock leaving Oakland to Sac. Back in those days, there weren't that many people from the Bay Area in Sacramento like there is now. You feel me? But yeah, it was a different time, man. It's just sad that Oakland's always been plagued with just violent crime and killings and murders. And like I said, I'm gonna start doing a new series called Oakland Crime. Did you ever mention the Carnitas man's name? Oh, Don. What was his name? Don. I can't remember his name, bro. I had his name, but I can't remember it. I moved to Vacaville in the early '90s for 2 years. Huge culture shock. Yeah, me too, bro. I was in soccer in Sacramento. I moved there in '92, and I was there until '95, and it was a culture shock, like a MF, bro, like a mofo. It was totally different. And then out there, back in those days, they used to be on that trip, like, oh, you talk like you're black, you're a mayatero, like that kind of bullshit. You know what I mean? But now in Sacramento, they try to act just like us out there. Yeah, '92. Now, yeah, I left Oakland during that time, bro. But I came back in '95. I was like in between. I ain't gonna lie, between '95 and '97, I was like in between Oakland and Vallejo because I had some family in Vallejo, so I was staying with them, and I was staying part time in Oakland too. So I was kind of like in between both. I was hipping up the sideshows. I was cruising. Cuba homies Hayward in the house. Did you ever go to the car show? I went to the Oakland Coliseum one. Yeah, I didn't go to the one they had in San Jose though. I was busy today. I had to make some money. But yeah, I came back in '95, and I was like hitting up the side shows, cruising East 14th, and just doing it. You feel me? Doing the damn thing. But yeah, when I was at SAC, that was a culture shock. It was different to me for sure. But yeah, man, let's. I'm gonna end the topic of the A's. So, what's your final verdict? Do you guys think the A's should stay? Do you think they're gonna stay? What do you guys think before I close this topic down? You know what I mean? Because that was basically my first topic was the Oakland A's and this whole thing with the city council and all this stuff. So what do you guys think? I want to leave it up to the people in the crowd. What do you think? You think the A's are staying? You think they're leaving? You think they should stay? You think they should go to the desert in Las Vegas? Stay for sure. I think they should stay. I mean, as someone from the town, they gotta stay. Oakland been through enough. The A's should stay. Yeah, man. Everybody looks like they agree they want the Oakland A's to stay. You feel me? I want them to stay. You know what I mean? They should, but want it on amongst the money. That's true. A's stay is cool for the city pride, but not for the homeowners. I feel you. The gentrification thing is no joke, man. That's one thing. I wonder if it's gonna affect West Oakland because West Oakland is already being gentrified hella badly. You feel me? It's been gentrified over there. So I wonder. I know that the stadium is gonna be not too far from West Oakland because it's in Jack London Square. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. But yeah, man. So it seems like everybody wants them to stay. It's all town business. I thought the A's were gonna finance the stadium. That's what I heard. I heard that the A's and the city was gonna both finance the stadium. At least what I understood. I could be wrong, but that's what I heard. I heard that the A's were gonna put a big chunk of change to it as well. That's exactly why they want it there, white folks. Yeah, but the thing is, they do want to build affordable housing though. That was one of the provisions in the vote. You feel me? I saw you and Sonny hitting it up one time. That's great. You guys can relate on the same page. Stay positive. Good night. We able to chat. Gotta work. Orale. I feel you. Thank you, Joanna. Yeah, Sonny Boy from este the homie Sonny Boy from Streets Ain't Loyal gave me a shout out. He said that Jose from Oakland Latinos United was one of the first Latinos, Raza Chicanos, to be talking about Raza issues and talking about unity on YouTube. And that's true. I've been doing this shit since 2007. One of the first of the Mohicans. I saw Ricky Henderson steal so many bases. Oh yeah, I seen Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire hit home runs out of the stadium too back in the '80s when I was and early '90s when I was a little kid. What do they consider affordable? 2,000 for a one bedroom in a decent area. Jay the Wanderer, yep. That was great. Shout out. Much love to both. Gracias. I don't know what. That's a good question, Martin. I'm not sure, man. Because I think a lot of it has to do with people that have Section 8. They're probably going to have apartments for people. He said he's my uncle. Orale. I guess we're both kind of fat, so. But I think they mean people with Section 8. That's what I think. I'm not sure though. You feel me? But yeah, man. So yeah, I hit the 2,000 sub. Yep, I hit 2,000 subs. Me, Ricky Henderson, 24 Fitness, street cool brother. Yeah, I never met Ricky Henderson personally, but my brother met one of the A's from back in the days. I forget his name though. My brother used to play for his little league team in East Oakland, the Deep, over there by Rugsdale. I know Martin 9400 knows where that at, like 81st and Rugsdale in that area. But yeah, back in the days. But yeah, man, I wanted to why you ain't monetized yet? I'm not sure. I already put in to be monetized, so I'm waiting, bro. I'm waiting for them, bro. So hopefully I can monetize the channel soon. But I want to change the topic to something weird. I want to trip all you guys out. And we don't have to stay on this subject for a long time, but we could talk about it for a little bit. So, a lot of you probably know that back in the days, especially those of you who followed me for a long time when I was Jay the Wanderer, like Homeboy said, I used to be really into conspiracies. I used to be really into I used to really be into politics and stuff like that. And what got me into that many years ago when I was young was I got into UFO conspiracies. And recently I was watching some things about UFOs and I started thinking about weird things that I seen in the sky when I was younger. And I'm just curious, what do you guys think? You think UFOs are real? You think it's BS? Or do you think, you know, it's man made stuff? I'm just curious because I used to be really into UFOs, and lately I've been like, once in a while I'll dab at UFO videos or conspiracy videos just for the fun of it. And I'm just curious to know what you guys think because I don't talk about those subjects as much as I used to. So I'm just curious, what do you think? Like Area 51, UFO, whatever you want to talk about, do you think it's real? You think it's fake? You think it's made up? You think it's man made? Someone says they think it's the military. We're not alone, but I don't know about UFOs. True, it's a big universe out there. And the military thing, it could be. And I'm going to tell you why I think it could be the military. Most of the UFOs that I've seen in my lifetime was when I lived in Sacramento. And the universe is infinite. We are not alone. I believe that too. I believe that there's something out there. I don't think we're alone either. But Martin has a good point because when I lived in Sacramento, that's where I seen where I seen most of the. I don't think we alone. Well, I have all those planets and galaxies for no reason. The government will never tell us. Yeah, the it seems like the government lately has been bringing out UFO stories, like accepting that something is out there. You know what I mean? When in the past they would try to cover it up and try to make people that believed in UFOs or were into UFO conspiracies um, like they were kooks or they were crazy. But I want to tell you my UFO stories, and if you want, you could tell me your UFO stories. But we got a space for it. Oh yeah, we do, huh? We got NASA. We've had that for a long time. But I'm gonna tell you my UFO stories, and you know it's crazy because I've never seen too many UFOs in the Bay Area. That's the weird thing. I want to say that I did see one or two, but the majority of the UFOs that I seen personally, and I don't know what they were, so I'm not saying they were alien. I'm not saying they were space. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Northside Lokes? But I when I lived in Sacramento in the early '90s, there was a oh yeah Tesla, yeah, he wants let him go to Mars. He could gentrify Mars. But when I lived in Sacramento, they were illegal. They were the real illegal aliens. But when I lived in Sacramento, before I get sidetracked, there used to be two Air Force bases there. There was McClellan, and there was Mather Air Force Base, and there was Travis Air Force Base in what you call it in Fairfield. So within where I live, I would see military planes fly over my house all the time when I lived in Sacramento. So I kind of knew what they looked like. I would see the big fucking bombers flying by my house. I would see the jets fly by my house. You know, used to see them all the time when I lived in Sacramento. So one night I was out in my backyard. The future able to move fast enough. Yeah, so let me tell you. One night I was in my backyard and I was looking up in the sky. And I noticed the famous triangle shaped UFO that everybody talks about. It was a triangle, it had lights under it, and it was just hovering, floating, making no noise. And trust me, I've seen jets before, and those motherfuckers are loud. But this thing was making no noise. It was just flying. I don't know how many feet up in the air, but it wasn't even that high. For the height that it would have been noisy if it would have been a regular plane, for sure. But this thing made no noise. It was just gliding. And you know, this is before drones. Who knows if maybe it was the early drone technology from the government. But it was definitely a... So I seen it that one. And then again, me being from the town, I won some tickets to go see the Warriors play the Kings in Sacramento at the old Arco Arena. And this is the famous Warriors when they used to have Mitch Richmond, Tim Hardaway, Chris Mullin, and all those guys. And the Warriors used to have Spud Webb and that dude, what was his name? I think his name was Bobby Hurley. They had a couple of good players in the Kings. And when I was waiting in line, we were outside of the arena. And you got to remember where the Arco Arena is in Sacramento. At that time, it was like an empty lot. And I remember I looked up in the sky and I seen that triangle UFO again going hella fast going hella fast past the stadium, bro, making no noise whatsoever. So that was two times I seen the triangle in Sacramento. Guess the government don't want me talking about this. They keep stopping my live feed. So go figure. But the third UFO that I seen was in LA in San Fernando Valley. I got a lot of family that lives in San Fernando Valley in Reseda, Northridge area, if you guys know where that's at. One night I was out there visiting and I was staying at one of my aunt's house who lived right there in Reseda. And my mom asked me to go get something from the car. It was at night, maybe around like 10 at night. And I went outside to get something from the car. And when I was going back to the apartment, you could kind of see the sky in the distance very clearly. And I swear to God, I seen an egg flying in the sky. I ain't even gonna lie, it was an egg, like a hard boiled egg. It looked like an egg, and you could kind of see the lights. You could kind of see that it was a white color because the lights of the city were blaring it, but it didn't have no flashing lights or nothing. But it was this egg that was just floating across the sky. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And I kept looking at it until I couldn't see it no more. I was like, what the fuck was that? That wasn't no fucking plane or no helicopter. So yeah, that was probably my experiences with UFOs. I don't know if you guys ever seen anything. I have seen the Scout Bomber before when I lived in Sacramento. Do you remember in '87 all the Ultra Game Coliseum had the Scout Bomber fly by it? What was I on? Hey, bro, I was a kid then, bro. I wasn't doing drugs yet. I didn't even drink alcohol yet. This was when I was like 12. They got released hella videos captured from pilots showing, yeah, that Fravor video is the most famous one. I've seen that one on Joe Rogan's show. Well, yeah, man, I just wanted to talk about something completely different that I never talk about. You know, everybody talks about gangs and politics and BS, bro. I want to just talk about some different stuff. Some stuff that'll mess with your mind. It'll actually make you think. Are we alone? Is Jose, the old Jay the Wanderer, crazy? Or what's going on here, man? But yeah, man. Ha, El Cucuy, Area 51. Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie. The last time I flew out to Texas, about 3 years ago, I flew to Austin. When we were flying, we flew close to Area 51. And I could see hella military airplanes experimenting on the bottom of me. I swear to God, bro. I am not lying to you. Gangs in outer space. Hell yeah, you got Mars and you got Jupiter. That's it. We're gonna fuck. You know what's funny? If we ever have Raza in space, them motherfuckers are gonna start claiming planets, bro, and shooting each other. I swear. They're gonna be like, hey, Holmes, I'm from Puro Pluto, Holmes. The other fools are gonna be like, Puro Mars, eh? Puro Rojo. Red planet, that's it. But yeah, man. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about some different topics, man. Star Wars Oakland, that's right, man. Deep east side of space, motherfucker. You feel me? Like, yeah, man. Like I said, I just wanted to talk about different topics, bro. But no, I wasn't on drugs back then. I never had smoked weed or alcohol, drank alcohol. You feel me? At that time, when I seen that egg flying in the sky, I was a little kid, bro. I was like 12 or 13 years old at that time, bro. Tripped me the fuck out, bro. I was like, what is that? I don't know if you guys ever seen UFOs, but I told you what I seen. I don't know if they were man-made. I don't know if they were military. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what they were, bro. I don't know what. I just know that they were flying in the sky. They weren't nothing that I've ever seen before, and they didn't make no noise. So that's what tripped me out the most, that they weren't making noise. For the height that they were at, they should be making hella noise. And these things were silent. I swear to God, they were silent. You couldn't hear nothing. You could hear a pin drop. And I'm keeping it 100 with you guys, man. But yeah, man, I think I'm gonna start talking about more conspiracies on these live feeds from time to time. They're kind of fun. They're kind of fun to talk about. But yeah, man, hey, how'd you guys like that last video I threw out there? Silent like a Tesla. That's right. But how'd you guys like that last video I threw? The Oakland. I'm calling it Oakland crime stories. And I did one before about a prison gang murder that happened where a Nuestra Familia hit was done in East Oakland. And more recently, I did one about when the Border Brothers and the Sureños went to war with each other in 2004, which was pretty freaking tragic, man. You know what I mean? A lot of people got killed during that. And what do you guys think about it? That's a new series I want to do because I have a lot of newspaper articles here that I've collected in my studies with Oakland Chicano history. And there's a lot of different things I could talk about. The only reason sometimes I hesitate from talking about them is because I don't want to, one, offend nobody. And I don't want nobody's families tripping off. Why are you talking about my family member who got killed back in the days? So I'm kind of hesitant when I do it. But what do you guys think about those Oakland crime stories? Should I keep on doing them? Revisiting the past and crazy things that have happened in Oakland's past? You know what I mean? I do it just because it's good content. It's Oakland history. You know that I love Oakland history, whether it's bad history or good history. I'm just a sucker for history. And, you know, yeah, I know gangs and drug dealers is bad, but it is part of Oakland's history as well. You feel me? And for a long time, I stayed away from those topics. But more recently, I've been kind of understanding that it's part of the his legacy and history of our city as well. You feel me? I should do. Oh yeah, yeah. The cops that got killed. Yeah, I'll do one on that for sure. Do a tour of Skyline Cemetery. I would. You know, before I do Skyline Cemetery, I gotta find out where some of the homies are buried. You know what? I would like to do Oakland Chinatown history gangs, but I don't know too much about the history of gangs, Asian gangs in Oakland, bro. But that would be a dope video to make. It'd be dope to collaborate with maybe an Asian homie who maybe has history of the Asian gangs in Oakland. I would love to interview someone who knows that history, bro. I honestly don't know. The only thing I remember about Asian gangs, there used to be the Oakland Junior Crips and the Oaktown Crips, and there was another, I think the Tongan Gangsters, I think. San Francisco, San Fran in the house. But yeah, man, the Oakland Crime Story series is just a series I want to delve into and start talking about more about things in the past that have happened. I have some good ones that I'm going to come out with. Oh yeah, I'll go to San Francisco. Yeah, Chinatown's by Laney College for sure. It's all that area between Laney College all the way to Broadway. Like in between like 7th to about 12th Street maybe. Yeah, Bruce Lee had a studio in East Oakland, I think. Supposedly he had a studio in the Dove, somebody told me. I don't know how true that is, but that's what a homie of mine told me. But yeah, man. Yeah, but that Oakland crime stories, I'm gonna do a few more. I'm not gonna do them every week. I'm gonna do them like every 2 or 3 weeks. I'm gonna come out with a new one. You know what I mean? I got some pretty good ideas on how to do on some that I want to do. You watching the Watchings versus? Oh yeah, the Joe Boys. You mean the Watchings versus the Joe Boys in San Francisco and Chinatown? I remember that. There was the famous shooting at the Golden Dragon. I think that was the name of the restaurant where that shooting happened back in the days. That was a famous story. The Watchings. But yeah, man. But yeah, I don't remember too much about the Oakland Asian gangs. I remember they used to have them, like they had a lot of Cambodian ones too, especially back in the days. You feel me? Way back in the good old days. Shrimp Boy, yeah, that dude. I think he was part of that. Yeah, Shrimp Boy was from Frisco for sure. So yeah, man. So this is the time when I give it to you guys. So what's up with everybody out there? Talk to me. You know, any subjects that you want me to talk about, any suggestions you may have, anything you want to bring to the table. If you want to bring anything about what I talked about tonight, let me know. Throw it in the comment section. I'll read it out. Like I was saying, man, freestyle. Anything you want to talk about? Any suggestions? If you want to add on to anything I talked about tonight, the Oakland A's, UFOs, whatever. How was the concert? It was dope, bro. It was hella dope. It was over there at the Brooklyn Basin, over there by 9th Street Terminal, off of Embarcadero in Oakland. It was hella fun, bro. It was beautiful over there. The water, it's right by the water near Coast Guard Island, kind of not too far from Jacqueline Square. Hella cute girls out there. Hella people were skating around in that area. It's nice. I had hella fun that day. Making money was cool. Cool little lowrider cruise today on the 23rd. Oh yeah, I went to the one in I went with my brother to the 23rd cruise about a month ago. Shrink Boy, East No Punk. I think you saw that documentary. Yeah, I've seen a documentary about him before for sure. Yeah, he was straight mafioso. Feel me? The Asian war was bad. A lot of Asians were scared and cried because they never saw violence. Do you believe in ghosts? Yes and no. I mean, I've heard of weird things, but you feel me? I guess yeah. YouTube keeps freezing you live hella throughout the. Yeah, man. I love to come here and reminisce about anything about Oakland. Gracias. I seen he snitched. Who snitched? But yeah, man. Yeah, they kept hating on my live when I was talking about the UFO thing. That was weird, bro. But you know, hey, I'm not like I said. I've seen UFOs, but I don't know what they were. I don't know if they were human. I don't know if they weren't human. I don't know if they were alien. I don't know what the hell they were. I just know I seen some things flying up in the air, and I don't know what they were. And they weren't loud. They weren't making noise. So that made me suspect of what the hell they might be. You feel me? And I'm not even making that up. Oh, shrimp. Yeah, I don't know if he snakes or not. I know he got caught up in that scandal with that one dude, Lee Ling Yi. He was one of the like senators or something in San Francisco. He went to jail, I think, for embezzlement. Crooked ass, crooked ass. Yeah, man. So what's up with all this YouTube beefs out there, man? I'm not gonna say no names, but it's getting pretty ridiculous, bro. I'm staying away from it, but I'm tired of like people going back and forth with nonsense, man. It's like it's just making our raza look bad. Really, it really is, bro. You know, I think some people need to grow up. You feel me? It is comedy, but it does make us look bad, man. I just think some people need to grow up and not be, you know, yeah, Savage Studios is a character for sure. Sonny Boy talked about it. Yeah, I'm gonna maybe make a video about it myself because it is, you know, I'm part of this YouTube world. I am a Chicano, you know what I mean, and I'm way up here in the East Bay. You feel me? So I gotta give my 2 cents as a Bay Area person who's in the Chicano YouTube world. But it's just like too much back and forth, too much. Oh, they stole money. Oh, they're snitches. Oh, they're dropouts. Oh, they're this. Oh, they're that. It's just too much of it, man. And it's like people making fake accounts, supposedly exposing people, and all kinds of nonsense out there. You feel me? And it's like, you know, unity is never going to be easy. I understand that. There's a lot of people out there who are stuck in their feelings, who are stuck in the past, who can't let go of things. You know what I mean? Who can't say, look, yes, I understand my homies got killed. Yes, I understand a lot of people shed blood over this stuff. But at the same time, you got to get to a point where you said, you know what, but that's redundant. I want to change the world for other future people don't get killed like my homies did back in the days. You feel me? And this is the reason I do this and I don't start drama with nobody. Because I grew up, you know, someone said the cloud is real. Yeah, man, a lot of cloud chasers out there. But you know, I grew up in a messed up environment, and a lot of you probably did too. But you gotta get to a point where you're like, you know what? Just because grew up in a messed up environment, I can't you keep using the excuse that I can't change, that unity's never gonna happen, that change is never gonna. And unfortunately, the trolls in their comments be instigating everything. I'm trying to see YouTube live. Yeah, man. Luckily, there was no trolls on here tonight, but you know, it's a very defeatist mentality. You know what I mean? It's a very, you know, it's like a very defeatist mentality. Put it like that. To me, like when your mentality is, well, things are never gonna change. Oh, you know, I know no better. It's like, dude, if you don't know no better and know no different, then you need to investigate yourself why you don't know no better, why you're not trying to grow up, why you're not trying to do better in life. They're like high schoolers that never, yeah, it is kind of true, man. There's people out here that act like they're still in high school, they still want to start drama. You know what I mean? It's like they never grew up. And let's face it, a lot of our raza, they go to jail and they spend many years in jail. And they go to jail when they're young. So they kind of still have that youngster mentality stuck in them. Trust me, my brother, he's in his 50s. And because he's been in jail for so long, you know what I mean? He finally stopped going to jail in his late 30s. Even now in his 50s, his mindset is still kind of like a youngster in a way. It's not as matured as I'm probably more mature than him. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just like the crabs in the bucket, exactly. Crabs in the bucket mentality. People don't want to see change. People want to be stuck in the same thing. You feel me? My brother went to both, the Pinta and Santa Rita. It's cool, especially for the young people not from Oakland and people not from Oakland. R. Kelly. But yeah, man, R. Kelly likes him young, don't he? But even in Oakland, I mean, Oakland people have been murdering each other in Oakland since before I was born. And it never made sense to me why every generation in Oakland goes down the same path, man. A path of fucking destruction. You know how many people I know are dead and gone? A lot. I'm pretty sure a lot of you out there probably know a lot of people that are dead and gone too. They became victims to these streets. And it's just like, I understand, the war between the Border Brothers and Norteños and Sureños in Oakland was harsh and it was ruthless. I understand this. I seen it with my own eyes, man. And I know that the wars between the drug dealers and crack dealers back in the days in Oakland was ruthless as well, man. And a lot of people lost their lives. Just like the war between the Crips and the Bloods in LA was, those wars were ruthless. You know what I mean? There was a lot of hitters, a lot of people got killed on all sides. From where OPD officer Willie Winkins was shot and killed by. Oh yeah, I remember that. That's over there on 98th, that park. Yeah, Willie Wilkins. If nobody knows this, Willie Wilkins was an Oakland police officer who back in like 2000, I think, he he was arresting a suspect, and these two Oakland, and he was an undercover cop. He was a black undercover cop, and these two stupid ass white Oakland police officers shot and killed him, thinking he was a criminal. Shot one of their own, bro. Willie Wilkins, I remember. I remember that story, bro. That story made headlines when that happened. That was crazy, man. Nobody talks about that. Maybe that would be Oakland crime stories I'll talk about too, for sure. That's got to be one in the books right there. Yeah, the Willie Wilkins Park. I know about that incident. Trust me. I remember when it happened. That's crazy. Your girl grew up over there. That's what, 94? That's 98th and A, right? Or 98th and B, somewhere in that area. But yeah, man, that's crazy. But yeah, man, it's just like so many generations of people getting killed, and for what, man? For what? You know? It is what it is, man. I think unity is possible to some degree. Like I always said, and I think Martin 9400 seen my interview with Convicts Perspective. It's what I told Rojo and Gunner. I told them it's all about respects. Greetings from Canada. Canada in the house. It's all about respect. If you can't respect each other, man, then there's never going to be unity with anything. There always has to be some kind of mutual respect. You feel me? But the problem is a lot of people get caught up in their egos and their machismo and their pride. They can't let things go. Oh, fuck him, he's a BB. Oh, fuck him, he's a Norteño. Oh, fuck him, he's a Sureño. Oh, they killed my dead homies. It's like we can't come to an understanding. It's always like, fuck those guys. They're the bad guys. Fuck them. You know what I mean? And that's how people end up getting hurt and killed. And it's like we have to have a mutual respect, man. Well, amongst raza. I don't understand why that's so hard, man. You feel me? And whatever Gunner and them are being accused of, that they stole money or whatever the fuck people are saying, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything because I don't know. So I'm staying out of that one. But the only thing I could give those guys, man, Rojo, Gunner, Cholo Trucker, even Streaks Ain't Loyal, homie Sonny Boy, because he was part of it. At least they tried, man. At least they tried something. And I could respect that. You know what I mean? Whatever happened outside of that, I don't know. So I'm not even going to talk on it. But at least they tried something. Something different. Something that I never seen in my life. Whether you like the fight, whether you didn't like, that's redundant to me. It just, at least it was something. And like Sonny Boy said, unity's not easy, and it's never gonna be easy. That's been, and I believe it was technical issues. It possibly was. I mean, I don't know too much what happened. You feel me? But regardless, you know, it's unfortunate that all the backlash tried to do something positive. Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of backlash, but it's expected. And I think Rojo and Gunner and Cholo Trucker and those guys, they probably are not surprised that there's backlash. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of other channels out there. I'm not gonna say no names, but there are some other Chicano Raza channels that have hated on this and have been kind of rude towards it. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? But it's like, I'm not chasing clout, and I'm not on here to chase no clout. I'm not on here to start drama with no one. That's why I don't start drama or talk shit about people. Okay, I make one exception. I made that video talking shit about Choloani. Having a channel mean you have to expect some degree of criticism. Of course, bro. 9400, Marin 9400, Martin 9400. I've been called a dropout. I've been called a bitch. I've been threatened that they're gonna come find me and shoot me. I've been called a homosexual. I've been called a fat pig. I've been called a this and I've been called a that. Only because I say Rasa should get along and there should be mutual respect. Because of that, I've had horrible backlash on YouTube, bro. You feel me? And it is what it is. What they threaten, yeah. People have said, "Oh, I'm gonna find you and shoot you," or "I'm gonna find you and fuck you up," and it's like, for what? Because I made videos speaking on Grasa Unity. You feel me? They're gonna find me and fuck me up. I'm a bitch. I'm a faggot. I'm a puto. I'm a dropout. I'm no good. I'm all these things, bro. I've been all these things according to a lot of idiots out there that don't know me. You know what I mean? That don't know anything about me. They don't know if I'm crazy. They don't know if I'm a crazy fucker. They don't know. They don't know anything about me. So it's like they're just assuming. So it's like, all right, bro. I got homies too. I know people too. You want to threaten me? I can make some phone calls myself. So you know what I mean? So it is what it is. But it's like I don't take it seriously. It's just all talk on YouTube. You feel me? And for one, I'm not talking shit to no one, and I'm not starting drama with no one. It's just people coming on my page attacking me for no reason. Or I've had people tell me, "Why do you speak on gang things if you're not gang related?" Because I speak as an observer. I speak as someone who grew up in Oakland. And I speak on things that have already happened. I don't speak on things that are secret or are going on now or it's cases that have never been solved. Nothing like that. I speak on things that are already known and done and reported and all that. 36 locals were real ones. Your people were hitters. Yeah, man. I knew hella folks from 36, from 38. You know what I mean? I speak on my environment. Exactly. Look, put it like this. I heard the American Cholo said about Chuck fight, it's been blown out of proportion. Cholo Trucker said that? There's always that someone that has to piss a Kool-Aid bowl. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, Gil, American Cholo, he said a lot of things, unfortunately, bro. And I like Gil. I watch his channel all the time. He just did an interview with an upstate Sureño from Vallejo. It was pretty interesting to see. He did an interview with that other dude from San Jose, that one Norteño from Santa Rosa. And I like Gil stuff. American Cholo was one of the first Chicanos I started watching um, in that prison genre. At least that he was at first he was kind of like a prison genre. Did I see the internet? No, I didn't see that one with the midget. Nah, I missed that one. But yeah, it's just like I think the drama from the fight is expected. There's always going to be crabs in the buckets out there who are going to want to just start drama. I don't know Gunner or Rojo or Flaco's history. I don't know if they're dropouts. I don't know if they're snitches. I don't know any of that. There's a lot of people that try to put that on them, but I don't know. I didn't live that lifestyle. I've never been to the Pinta. I hold no stakes in that. That's not my problem. Whatever they may be, or whatever they were, or whatever. You know what I mean? But I let Mike Wallace take care. But my only thing is, this is what I wanted to tell you guys. When people tell me, Pinta bound, when people tell me, Jose, why do you speak on gang issues if you're not a gangster? Why do you speak on the streets of Oakland if you're not about that life? Well, I was about that life at one point. Maybe I wasn't gang related, but I hung around hella gangbangers. I hung around D-boys. I hung around street motherfuckers. So it's not like I was this square that never went out. I knew the fellas out in the hood. I knew what was going on out there. Trust me, I had a lot of clecha from the street, a lot of game from the streets. You feel me? So I knew. I knew about the players. I knew about what was going on. I knew who was active out there back in my day. You know what I mean? And oh, white boy. Oh yeah, they weren't on here today. So I look at it as an observer, as my environment, and I post this question to anyone who criticized me. Why don't you fools go out there and criticize uh the Discovery Channel, the History Channel? You know what I mean? Why don't you go criticize Alex Alonso to do the gang street wars? You know what I mean? Those are people that aren't gang related to talk about gangs and document gangs. Why is it it's okay for them to do it, but when Jose does it, it's all bad? Jose, who grew up in Oakland around these people, it's all bad for me to talk about it. But when the Discovery Channel talks about it and the motherfucking History Channel talks about it and makes money and profits off it, it's all good. But when Jose talks about it, it's all bad. You answer me that one. You feel me? And that's the one I pose to a lot of people out there who want to say that, oh, you're speaking on things, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. What do you guys think? You feel me? But that's the way I look at it. You feel me? But yeah, man. It's a little bit past the hour mark. I'm about to get off. But yeah, man. Who's on here, brother? Throw up your sect. Throw up your hood. Where you from, man? What city you at? Come on, man. Hit Oakland. You feel me? I'm from the East 7 block. Grew up around the Fruitvale area. That's where I'm from. Where y'all from, man? Who's on here? What part of the town you from? Throw it up before I get off, man. Let me know, man. Come on. Don't leave me hanging. Where y'all at? Who's out there, man? What hoods are on here tonight? Come on now. Canada. Madera 559 in the house. That homie said Canada. He's a Canada, what? Canada Chicano? There's Ross out there. East 7 to the 400. You should be able to speak on anything from the town. Yeah, man. You feel me? But yeah, man. So we got homies from Canada. We got Madera in the house. You feel me? We got homies from East 7 to the 9400. We got the 50s in the house. Some, not many. What part of Canada are you in, if you don't mind me asking? But yeah, man. Yeah, but yeah, man. It's like I speak on again. Asians out here, Native Americans, orale. But I speak on things that either I lived through or I seen happen when I was growing up. You know what I mean? And I don't speak about in Manitoba, orale. I don't speak on things that shouldn't be spoken about. I don't cross that barrier or that line. You feel me? I speak on things that have already been documented that you could publicly research yourself. That's what I speak on. You know what I mean? Not stuff that could get anyone in trouble or none of that stuff. Because that's not what I'm about. I'm not no snitch. I don't do the police's work. They got their work to do. They can do it. You feel me? I'm just an observer, and I do what I do. I thought it was funny how Gunner was on a video about trolls, and he's the biggest one. He made fun of Savage Scooter fight, but didn't like when Savage did the same to him. Savage, oh, you're talking about the fight he did, the Sudango fight? Yeah, I mean, Savage is an interesting character. I mean, Gunner's an interesting character too. They both are, but yeah, I mean, it's sadly it's just YouTube drama. You feel me? Unfortunately, like I said, but what you gonna do, man? Sadly, a lot of our race are broken people, bro, and you know, you gotta. It's hard to fix broken people sometimes. You feel me? And unfortunately, these guys have been through a lot of trauma in their lives. And I'm not making excuses because we all been through a lot in our lives, but some more than others. You feel me? And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But yeah, man, it's past the hour mark, and I gotta get to bed soon. But that was a good chat, man. How'd you guys like it? Before I get off, how'd you like the UFO subject? You know what I mean? When I talked about it, was it weird, or should I do something like that again in the future? What do you guys think? But I don't want to become no UFO conspiracy, but I'm just talking about in general. Like maybe delve into another conspiracy in my next one. You feel me? But but yeah, man. Like I said, I used to be very conspiratorial, very political back in the days. They spotted UFOs in Oakland. I'm sure people have seen them in Oakland. I've never seen one in Oakland personally that I can remember. Mostly I see planes because we have the Oakland airport. You know what I mean? You see a lot of you see the ghetto bird all the time in Oakland, all the time. You see, I seen the damn helicopter today when I was out there. But yeah, man, it's just yeah, it's been a cool topic, man. It's been cool talking to you. What's up to everybody out there? So before I get off, is there any last thing you guys want to leave me with? Any last thing, any last subject, any last comment, any last words before I get off? I'm going to leave it to you guys real quick and then I'm going to get off. Any last subject, any topics for a video, maybe anything on anything I talked about tonight, maybe on any of my past videos. Anything you want to leave to me, leave it in the comments before I get off. I'm going to give you like a minute or so. Anything down there. Any suggestions, anything you guys want to leave off with before I get off? Nothing? I'm waiting, guys. What's up with a video of Funky Aztecs? Yeah, I'm going to do that one. Just more Oakland content. Orale. Yeah, the Funky Aztecs, I was trying to interview him, but he just told me the story, so it was kind of like, I'm going to do it kind of like the Dark Room one, where I just tell what he told me. Pretty good stuff, too. It'll probably surprise a lot of you guys, some of the stuff he told me. But yeah, that's going to come soon. I've been meaning to make that video, but I've been so busy lately, I haven't had a chance. Because that's going to be a long video. It's not going to be like a short video. It's going to be probably a good 20-25 minutes. Dope 90s group. New car, walk around. I got a new car. Not a new, yeah, Merciless. I was talking to Merciless. But yeah, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try to drop that video this week. Fuck it. I'm going to try to drop it this week. I've been sitting on it way too long. So I'm going to try to drop it this week. Do Jungle Hill 72 Scares. Oh, yeah. Jungle Hill in the 30s over there off of Harrington, right? Yeah, I know that area. I drove by there in my Bonneville tours in the 30s. Yeah, I know where Jungle Hill is, for sure. But, yeah, man. But, yeah, that Funky Aztecs video, I'm going to do it this week. For sure, I'm going to do it this week. So, I've been sleeping on it too much, but I'm going to do it this week. My mind's playing tricks on me. Dun, 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 dun. That's the old school jam right there. But, all right, y'all. I'm about to get off. This is Jose with Oakland Latinos. Be sure to my bad. Be sure to subscribe to me on YouTube. Be sure to tell your friends, before to tell your mom, before to tell your cousins, your girlfriends to subscribe to Jose. Like me on Instagram, like me on Facebook. And if you have any questions you want to ask me privately, hit me up privately on Instagram. I do check my messages. Ask the little homie from E7 shortcuts. He'll let you know that I do answer my thing. Yes, I want to do a barrio tour of Barrio Sesentas. That is coming up for sure. I haven't done that hood yet. And I did the 90s. I did the deep. But yeah, if you guys want to get a hold of me for anything, any suggestions, any questions, hit me up on IG, on Oakland Latinos United, or on Facebook, Oakland Latinos United, and I'll for sure get back to you. But this is Jose. I'm out. Talk to you guys later. Later, blood. Be safe and keep it positive and strive for more Raza unity, man, because only we can stop it, man. We can stop the madness. And that's all I have to say. Late.